Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Light the candle, lock the door to draw the circle. I'll fall into you. Yeah. Violence in my head was surrounded in my bed. From a slender perch I vowed that I would fly forever, forever. You see me, Allie, my love. Too late, my life had been cast to the dark side of do or die. Allie, my love. My tears
That was wonderful. The Afghan Whigs live on KEXP playing tonight at the Showbox, and we are so honored to have one of the best live bands in the business right here in the KEXP studios. Thanks always for making time to stop by.
Thank you, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm doing great and absolutely love the new record In Spades. And since you started off with Toy Automatic and Oriole, I want to ask you about those songs. I have a couple questions, but one of them is I was so tickled to read that you became enthralled with a chord progression that you just couldn't stop playing around with. And I'm thinking, you've been performing for 30 years, probably playing guitar longer than that. And I'm just wondering what excited you about that.
I moved one finger, and I had never played that pattern before. And it opened up a world to me that I had not entered before. So I was fascinated to be in there. I don't even know what it. I mean, I'm sure it's just a regular note to John or to Rick or John, but to me it was like Disneyland.
It's so fun to think you can surprise yourself and have so much fun with it after so much time. Well, again, speaking about those two songs, I heard that they came to you in a lucid dream.
Oriole did. I grew up in a small town in Ohio. I went to a rural school, and there was a neighborhood called Birdland near the school where most of my friends lived. And the streets were named after birds, and 3 of my friends lived on Oriole. So in this dream, I was walking down Oriole Street, but I could see myself, where you're observing the dream. And I saw me and my friends playing basketball on Oriole, and it was very moving to me. I could remember it was summer. I could feel the summer. I felt the memories of being there. So it sort of unlocked a part of my life that I had maybe not visited in quite a while.
You mentioned Birdland, which is the title of the opening song on In Spades, and you talk about the way that song came to you, fully formed in a way that's kind of rare for you. Can you?
I freestyled the lyric. These guys have watched me for years. Like I do a scratch vocal, just a stream of consciousness vocal, and I find the melody when I do that. I was in Memphis, Tennessee when I did Birdland, and I sang it complete. Like I maybe changed a couple words here and there, but like the words to Birdland came out. The only other time I could remember that happening was a song called Tonight that's on Congregation. And
that's a while ago.
And a song called Now You Know that's on Gentleman. So those were the only times I freestyle. You saw me freestyle that one. So
you keep referring to these amazing musicians. Can you introduce this wonderful band?
This is Rick G. Nelson. He plays guitar, piano, violin, cello. He is the Swiss Army knife of the band. That's John Skibick on guitar back there, John Curley on the bass, and Mr. Patrick Keeler on the drums.
You toured extensively for Due to the Beast, probably over 100 shows, and I heard that right when you got off tour, you went into the studio to just kind of continue the energy that was going with this band that had been playing all those shows. Was that planned or was that spontaneous?
We were in Barcelona at the end of the tour, and we were all at dinner, all of us, and Dave Rosser, who was with us at the time, and decided that we were playing really well together. And Rick has a studio in New Orleans, and I just asked him if he had open time, and he said he did, and we went right in, and it really paid off. I mean, I think we did 6 songs in 8 days, and 5 of them made the record. So
that's why this record has such a live feel. Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry to hear about Dave getting a little choked up. I can see you are too. Yeah. He's on all these songs, isn't he?
He's on all of them. Yeah he is.
I can pull myself together here.
It's okay.
But I'm curious. Boy, I've just lost my. I'm wondering, Dave was ill at the time, but it sounds like recording was a joyous experience.
Well, we didn't know that Dave was sick until October 13th of last year. That's when he went to the hospital. So we were done recording. The only thing I had left to do was write words to one song, and that was called "I Got Lost," and that was the only song that I wrote the lyrics for after he was diagnosed.
Is that a song you've been able to play in your shows?
I finally was able to play it. I was not able to play it at first. It was a lot, but we haven't played it much. It's, you know, I may revisit it sometime, but it's a little raw, that one.
Give it some time.
Yeah.
The new album called In Spades, a very concise record, perhaps your shortest. There's 10 songs on there, but it clocks in just over 30 minutes. And I'm not sure if I read this right, but I heard you were working on new music already. So is that true?
We are. We're going in the studio in January to do another record. I don't know if it's going to be a full length or we might do a short attention span special, maybe.
Well, you clearly had more songs. So did you have a vision for this record, or you just kind of know which songs are going to go on it and when you're done?
They kind of pick themselves, you know. Rick loved a bunch more of them that were on there. I really wanted it to be these songs kind of chose themselves and even their place in the sequencing. We got finished and I sequenced it, and then it didn't sound right, and we flipped two of the songs, and then it was perfect. So I love that it gets right to it. There's no fat on it. It's very direct.
It is perfect.
Thank
In
you.
Spades, the new record from the Afghan Whigs, and we are so happy to have them performing songs from that new record live in studio. You have another one from the new record?
I'm going to move over to piano now.
Absolutely. Now that you're walking away from the mic, I'm going to ask you another question. I had read somewhere that you feel more vulnerable when you're performing on the piano. I know you play a variety of instruments. I think drums might have been your first instrument, but what is it about the piano that brings out a vulnerability for you?
Well, I usually play like an amplified guitar, so there's kind of a almost an armor with the amplification. You know, I can sort of disappear behind it, and piano's kind of a naked experience. So, but there's plenty of amplification on this one and the next one. So my vulnerability will be protected by these fellas. So. I bet you bet. See the knife in the water, send you back to bed. All over your body, you see electricity. It was all that I wanted, now it's killing me. Ooh, say. Let's get a room real soon, call the supernatural. All over your body, now say it after me. Call it chemical, I call it bittersweet. Sympathy, if your lies should go unseen, and I'll be there to share. Don't mind the company. All over your bed. I'm so far inside you now, I am your silhouette. this isn't happening. You're not the first to be stolen. You're not the last to believe. Sympathy, if your lies should go unseen. You're not ready now, you're never gonna be. All over me. All over me. If you're not ready now, you're never gonna be. Dear Prudence, won't you come out to play? Dear Prudence, greet a brand new day. Sun is up, the sky is blue, beautiful, so are you, dear Prudence. Won't you come out to play? Dear Prudence, open up your eyes. Dear Prudence, see the sunny sky. The wind is up, birds will sing, you apart, everything, dear Prudence. Won't you open up your eyes? Look around, 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 around. Look around, 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 around. Look around, 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 around. Look around. Dear Prudence,
That one looked like a fun one to play.
That's always a good time.
That sounded great. Live here in the KEXP studios with the Afghan Whigs. Again, congratulations on another fantastic album.
Thank you, Cheryl.
In Spades is on Sub Pop Records, and tonight you can see this band performing at the Showbox here in Seattle. Always great to see you again. Thank you all so much. You've got it tuned to KEXP Seattle.
Discover new music at listenerpoweredkexp.org.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?